What is going on, guys? My name is RetroRush and welcome back to the channel, man. In today's video, what we're going to be talking about is this alleged Switch Pro. So if you guys are hyped, make sure you drop a like on this video. If you guys are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Everyone new or old, make sure you hit that bell icon so you never miss another video. Thanks. Now, if you haven't been on the internet over the past week, then you probably wouldn't have seen a certain tweet go out by market sellers, and you wouldn't have seen the backlash that this man received over this one tweet that in all reality he may have had some points wrong, but the inevitable is going to come. We will one day see a Switch Pro, but this is my take on it. Now, I'm not making this video to throw shade at anybody or bash anybody's channel on their opinions on what the Pro could have or what it should have. I'm just simply stating what I think a Nintendo Switch Pro should have. Here's market seller's tweet. Nintendo will be releasing an improved version of the Nintendo Switch early 2019. This console will have 8GB of RAM, 128GB of internal storage, and dynamic scaling up to 4K. Some third-party games will only be released on this version, and all Nintendo produced games will release on both versions. Now, before I get into my thoughts on that tweet, we already have the whole internet just going at market seller's throat, because this just does not seem like something Nintendo would do, especially on the side of having a more powerful console that only certain third-party games release on this console versus the now over 15 million player base on your base Nintendo Switch. Why would they separate the base like that? It just makes no sense. And so Marcus got the bad end of that stick. Now, in all the videos I've seen talking about this topic, they've been talking about the Switch as if it was only a handheld. And the reason I say this is because a lot of people say, well, we could see a revision this early because it is a handheld. Nintendo likes to revise their handheld line. And yes, that's true, but this is not only a handheld, this is a hybrid. I think when people start to talk about Switch Pro, they forget that this is not just a handheld, or it is not just a home console, to where if Nintendo did upgrade the Switch itself, they would have to make improvements to not only the home console side, but they would also have to make improvements to the handheld side. And a lot of people don't cross both of these points on their videos, but that's kind of what I'm here to do today. Now, I could, jump right into handheld and tell you everything that I would love to see on the Switch Pro, because I predominantly play my Nintendo Switch handheld. So it would be easy for me to make a list of things I would love to see improved. But let's jump over to the dock side, the home console side of the Switch. Now, 4K. 4K. Now, I only laugh at 4K because I was just watching a video from Rule of Two Review, and I was down in the comment section, and this guy replied to my comment, and he was so, I'm gonna put up the comment so you guys can see him. This guy was so stuck on 4K being a make or break for the Switch that I guess he just doesn't understand it's already consoles on the market that do 4K. Why would you buy a Switch if you want 4K? It doesn't make sense. Not only does it not really make sense, but Nintendo has stated time and time again, the resolution battle is not something they're not in it for graphics. They're not in it to be the most powerful 4K system on the market. That's the Xbox One X. And if you look at the sales of that console compared to the base Nintendo Switch right now, which console is selling more units?
Big fella, sit down, big fella.
Now, for everything else on the dock side of things, I'm actually fine. I'm not somebody that needs 4K on my Nintendo Switch Pro. And honestly, if they could just make the dock itself a better unit. I mean, make it more portable so you can travel with it. Maybe add a couple more USB hubs or a couple different ports. Maybe have a better way to connect headphones to your console when it's plugged up to the dock. I mean, these are things that I think Nintendo didn't really think about on the home console side of things, because they were trying so hard to make this a hybrid. Now we jump over to the handheld side of the Switch. Now this is where I could list 101 different things they could do to improve it, but I'm gonna go with my top 3 things I would love to see on a Switch Pro one day. The first thing being less bezels on the screen. This would make the handheld experience so much better, because I mean, it's great now, but imagine if those black bezels around the screen were just gone, and the whole tablet of the Switch to the edges to where your Joy-Cons connect is nothing but screen, your beautiful game that you're playing. Now, to tie into that point, you have all of these beautiful, colorful Nintendo IPs on this system. Put an OLED display on this panel. If you do this, then I mean, we already have a lot of tablets that have OLEDs in them. We have a lot of phones that have OLED displays in them. Do this to the Switch. All of these colorful Super Mario games, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, we have these colorful popping games that don't really get justified on this screen, because for one, it's not running max resolution. You know, it's only running 720p on most games, and the fact that it's not the best screen. If we had an OLED, you would get deeper blacks, you would get more colorful, you know, reds, and all your colors would just pop way more. I just think putting an OLED panel on this Switch would just give it a whole new face, and it would literally turn it into a whole new console. Now, if you do put an OLED screen on this console, you're definitely going to have to up the battery life, and I think this is a point that everyone can agree on. Please, 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 Nintendo, give us a huge battery. And I don't even care, man. It's the biggest battery you can fit into this thing without it being the next Galaxy Note. You know what I'm saying? No shade, but as long as this thing is still safe, put a big battery in there so it can power a OLED display. It can run these games for multiple hours at a time, please. And that's pretty much my take on what a Switch Pro should be. I'm not one of these guys out here begging for 4K on my Nintendo Switch. If you needed 4K, why did you not go buy a PS4 Pro or Xbox One X? They're already on the market. And the people that are saying Nintendo needs 4K to even consider themselves to stay in the race in the next 3 to 5 years, these same people don't understand where Nintendo just came from. I'm gonna give you guys some food for thought before I leave this video, and I think this could potentially blow a lot of people's minds if you look at it this way. The last home console to release from Nintendo was the Nintendo Wii U. Look at the concept of this console. It is a console that you can not only play on the TV, but you can play it handheld. You might not be able to take it wherever you want, but you can play it handheld. Fast forward to 2017, you now have a console that you can not only play on your TV, but you can take it and play it handheld anywhere in the world. It's called the Nintendo Switch. This is already a revision. Nintendo has taken the Wii U's base concept, revised it, improved the console, and now has brought you the Nintendo Switch. Why are people asking for more? Nintendo has already taken their console, revised it, made it better, put it back on the market as a new device, different name. It has different functionalities, but it still basically does the same thing, and it's better. You cannot sit here and tell me the Wii U is better than the Switch. Nobody can. And everybody that's sitting here clamoring for 4K on their Nintendo Switch obviously just overlooks where Nintendo has come from. Now, if the Switch would have been the Wii U, then yes, it would not have survived 3 to 5 years from now when 4K is everywhere. It's literally everywhere. But in this market, 4K is not everywhere yet. Yes, it's becoming more and more easily accessible, but not everybody wants it. So why would you make it something? They're not in the race for that. And I really hope people understand that. But I'm starting to go off on a whole tangent. I just really wanted to say the Wii U really is the first Switch in a way. And the Switch base model now is the Wii U's revision. So it's kind of like the Switch is the Wii U Pro. It's just some food for thought, man. So anyways, that's all I have for you guys in today's video. Let me know down in the comment section below what you thought of it. Do you want to see a Switch Pro very soon? Do you think we'll ever see a Switch Pro? Or are you content with what you have now? I know me myself, I'm fine with my Switch now. It's certain nitpicks here and there, but a lot of the stuff that people are online complaining about, I've never run into. And hey, it's only year 2. Please give Nintendo a break, guys. So make sure you guys get subscribed if you're new here. Drop a like on the video and make sure you hit that bell icon so you never miss another video. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.